youtube.com/openupyourmind101.
You already know who's in the house. Dr. Sebi, the healer, has cured AIDS, leukemia, sickle cell, all of the different ailments that our people, who he will tell you, are sick. So hope you are ready to tune into this information. But
thank you very much for inviting me.
You're welcome. Glad to have you. So as I said, you have so much to share. So I just want you to go from the top of your head, how you feel as a healer, and tell the people what they need to hear. We're not going to waste it with a whole lot of questions and whatnot. The information is out there. If you just Google Dr. Sebi, healer and things like that, the first thing that you're going to see is the press release that Common Sense Consultant put out there. It's one of the first things that you see. So all the information about the brother and everything he's had to battle Babylon with as far as getting this information to the people is here. So I'm going to let the brother just speak because we need to be supporting him. We need to be supporting him for ourselves. So we need to take this information and know that the information that he's giving us is for us, and it is from us, and it is by us. So, again, I'm not going to, hold the floor tonight. So, say what you have to say, and I'm here ready to learn as well.
In listening to you and the previous brother, you all said it all. With a few words. All I'm going to do is expand on it, but you guys are the essence of it. And that is true about us, We always compliment each other. It is easy. Everything is easy. We always lived easy. The thing with us, oh boy, is that we lost connection. And it wasn't because we wanted to lose connection with our culture, not tradition. This is why there are so many modalities and philosophies of medicine within the Black community and in and out of Africa. Africa is likewise disconnected. And we will begin with the foods that they eat. They are eating foods that have nothing to do with their cellular predisposition. So the car was made to run with gasoline, but instead of gasoline in the car today, it has diesel. So, no, we have to change the fuel for the car to run right. It runs with gasoline. So when I asked the Supreme Court, when you removed the black man from Africa, did you bring his food with him? That was very, 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 very important. Why? Because, like I said, you do not feed gorillas polar bear food. You do not put these in a gasoline car. It's as simple as that. But because we over here, this side of Africa, we were brought over here knowing nothing about what our parents ate. There isn't an anthropologist. All of the time that we have spent on history, anthropology, archaeology, paleontology, all of these ologies. But nobody came with the understanding of food. That is more than necessary. Even plants die when they are placed where that food doesn't exist. They will die. That's right. And this applies to everything on this planet. We have to obey that natural law. Because we have been severed from our culture, we know nothing about it. And now we are left to what? Scramble to put something together, but the something that we want to put together morally and ethically, we don't even know what that is. But that's okay. There is inside the gene that dictate, that remain, that cellular dictate, which transmit to the brain. We will never change being what we are, even though we have been interfered with and mixed. That's still okay. There is that energy in us that is different from everybody else, from everybody else on the planet. We are not better than anybody else on the planet. I'm not better than a Caucasian. I'm not better than any Eskimo. I cannot be better. That is not seen in the arrangement of life. There are difference. That's all exists. Difference, not better or worse. Because better means what? That we all have a function when everybody's better. Because nature doesn't make anyone or anything without specific reason. This is why we were made. But because we were severed and brought over here, we didn't know that we had a connection to life. We didn't know these things. We are too busy getting that BA and that master's degree. And once we get that doctorate degree, oh God, it's all over with. We know everything. We know everything with that doctorate degree, forgetting that you were trained by someone that made that particular sequence of education or whatever they call it. You were given that. So because you were given this doctorate degree, you are aware that somebody's above you for as intelligence because they gave it to you. But when you go straight to Mother Nature, you bypass that BS and that MA and all that doctorate. You go straight to the source of life and the information that we need to propel us through life with the ease that every other living species live is necessary for us to go back. Know this carefully. Let us notice carefully that the illustrations that are shown about the people that were brought here to be made slaves, it denies every level of expression, every level of expression in relation to health and nutrition that exists today. When you look, it's not something, when you look at the bodies of these people, that should tell you this is the barometer. This is the barometer we all should be pursuing. Here it is. I came out the jungles of Africa. No, they brought me here today, and here I am in America. But look at me. I had no machines to be doing any workout with. I had no protein in my diet. I had no enzymes. I had no vitamin. But look at me. The boy was erect, and he was muscular. You talking about six-pack? Everybody had their six-pack, men and women, without the things that they claim are necessary today. And we follow them. And we are compelled to follow them. Why? Because we don't know any better. So I go and buy a book by Jethro Claus. And what does it say? It says that comfrey is good for your bones. But comfrey has starch. But because I have been made ignorant, I can't really break this down to understand that this is a poison and that I have to differentiate with things that are bad, with things that are good, far as healing components are concerned. You see, we were unaware. Remember now, I'm not making this up. When they were talking about Moses, Joseph, and whoever else, you know where we were? We were sitting down naked under some trees in the jungles of Africa. without no clothes on, just sitting there, enjoying ourselves, didn't have to punch no clock, didn't have to get any degree to go and work to get some money to feed yourself some poison. No, 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 no. That was not in our repertoire. We were sitting under the trees, naked as you should be, and that is when you are really chilling because your whole body is immersed in oxygen. But today, they put clothes on me and they want me to chill. How in the hell am I going to chill when the only part of my body that is receiving oxygen is my face and the palm of my hands? And I'm chilling, and we ask, why are we confused? No, we shouldn't. What we should be doing is realizing that we all are sick as hell. You understand? And Dr. Sebi is the first one. Dr. Sebi needs healing because Dr. Sebi knows that the sperm that made him was already adulterated. My father ate lobsters and shrimps. He ate crabs. He ate cows. He drank cow milk, and he ate rice and beans. So did my mother. And the result of this diet, I was born with asthma. So you see, we all are sick. We all are very sick. We are so sick that we are the only people on earth that have president and a leader. We need a leader too. We need a leader to lead us, you see, because we've been lost. We need somebody to lead us. And the leader, he only has one eye open. But he knows he's king because ours are both closed. This is why whenever we are taken into these arenas, to what? To fight? You don't fight. I've never battled with anybody. When I walk in that Supreme Court, I wasn't going in there to do no battle. I went in there to tell them that the premise is inconsistent and that we, the black race, have a right to claim the components of our heritage and culture. Yes, we do. But seems like nobody else knew that. So I say, Your Honor, the FDA is saying that I'm not allowed to practice my medicine because they don't know about the herbs I use. Well, the FDA may be right, providing they know the science of gene food consistency, and I'm in error. The judge said, what do you mean by gene food consistency? Well, it's that gorillas don't eat polar bear food, and burdock doesn't eat the food of the sea moss. Eagle doesn't eat the food of a hummingbird, yet they're both birds. So we see that there is such thing as gene food consistency. You say you're right. So when you took the man from Africa, when they took us from Africa, did they bring our food with us? She said, no. I said, thank you. Right there is the breakdown. Right there is why I beat my wife and I want to kill her. Not want to kill her, I kill her. I drowned my children. And so what? Look what you did to me. Look where I live today. Look at what you did to me. Damn it. And then we're going to talk about what? That we are Christians? No, 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 no. You know Dr. Sebi would be the last person to take the position, an ecclesiastical position. Why? Because I am the boy that didn't go to church. I'm the boy that didn't go to school. I'm the boy that wasn't supposed to live because I didn't have any of the components, any of the necessary things that guarantees one life. I didn't have any of them. But you know something? I always loved Sebi. I always loved me. I always thought that I was the baddest mother on the planet. For me, nobody on this planet is what? Is superior to me? And that knows more than me about me? You're crazy. So I live in that vernacular. This is why it was easy for me to go up. Everybody in New York was telling me, man, you're going to lose. You're going up against the big boys. Well, I knew that the big boys were ill-equipped. I knew that. But I couldn't let my brothers and my sisters in New York see that because we were trained. But that's okay. That's okay. Even though we were trained, we have a Barack. Even though we were trained, we had a Charles Drew. But we always excel. We always excel. And we excel for the better of humanity, never for our individual self. We excel. Right now, we have a $200 million project that we're going to accomplish by the ending of next year. And the components in there, 99% is about health. That's right. It is time for us to look at ourselves for the answers. The Caucasian doesn't have the answers for a black man. How could he? How could a Norwegian knows about black people or a Chinese? How could an Eskimo knows about us? No, nobody knows about us but us. Nobody feels us, but we always look outside of us for the answer for those things that beset us. It is time that we look at ourselves, especially in the area of nutrition and health. The time has come. Whether you or I, Sebi, want it or not, it is upon us. But look at the Christian world. When the Bible shows in the book of Genesis, in the book of Ezekiel, in the book of Revelation, the herbs are for the healing of the nations. All our children are walking around with these crosses on their chest, not even knowing anything behind that cross. They don't know. And they don't even obey the cross. There is always that dichotomy. There's always that place where we contradict, where we even deny ourselves the truth. I am a Christian. Oh, yes? But the Bible said the herbs are for the healing of the nation. Why did you go see Dr. Johnson to get that chemical? What is the message you're sending to God? You're saying, God, you go to hell. You go to hell. You understand God? And guess what? Dr. Sebi did that unconsciously. Unconsciously. So yes, we have to go back. We have to go back. We have to go back and find that symmetry. That place that God placed us, and the rules that God made for us. We don't even know that. Talking about I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm a Buddha, or I am a Shinto. Hold it. It's all supposed to culminate in only one thing: love for yourself. Not for me, for you. That is where it begins. Because if you don't have that love for you, how are you going to share that with me or give that to me when you don't even have it? And this is where I never fought the Caucasians. I love white people. I even love the devil. Of course I love the devil. Why? Hey, I don't even know fear. No, we got some work to do. The Caucasian is not in the way. He was never in the way. But we didn't know what to do. But we know now. So we're going to begin the journey. Oh, yes. The black race. The one that was set aside. But I don't think they did that either. It's just that we were placed in a situation that we were supposed to be in. And if that occurrence was not supposed to occur, how did it occur? It was supposed to occur. And if I ask any one of us today, what part of Africa you would like to live in now, you would think about it. So now, we are here for a very good reason. A very, very good reason. And I think that I tap into it. We are the healers, not Dr. Sebi. No. Not Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi is the child of the healers. All of us are. So it has to come out one way or another. I'm not the only one. I don't want to be the only one. There are millions of us. How am I going to really afford myself to all these people? I need help. We need help. But thank God Almighty, I yield to God the herbs for the healing of the nations. It's in the Quran. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bhagavad Gita. It's in the Talmud, the Torah. The herbs are for healing. Now we ask the question, but Dr. Sebi, what happened that we just willfully overlook God? You had to. You compelled to. And if you, and we see it every day, that we deny God, what would you think you'll do to me? But you have to do it. Why? Because you're eating starch. You know what starch does? Starch is so powerful. Starch have you thinking logically why you should kill yourself. You understand? Well, I tell you what, I'm going to show you what starch does. And I always come up with these little tricks in the trade and put them into motion, and they work. Like when I was in the Catskill Mountain with Annette, which is Philip and Paul's mother, Miss Annette Thomas. I took some people to the Catskill Mountains, a whole bunch of folks on this bus. Oh, I had a good time, and they did too. So it came to a point in which we were gathered in this barn. So I stood there with all these people after they had done their exercise. I said, what am I going to tell these people? But I'm looking at everybody, and they're in front of me. And you know, it came to me in 1 second. I'm going to put an exercise into motion that we all should practice. I look at the people, and there was like, I don't know, maybe 100. I say, you all know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the ugliest person in the group. I would like for the ugliest person in the group to come and sit with me. And nobody moved. I said to a girl that was sitting in front, I said, why don't you come up here with me? And she came. And she sat. No, she sat. We were standing up. So I shift. I went and sit with the audience, with the crowd. And I asked her from the crowd, what part of you dislike? And she went into it. And in the end, she was crying. All of the emotions came out in her little life. She was only about 22 years of age. She began to cry, and she began to talk. And what she said applies to each and every one of us. So yes, herbs for the healing of the nation. And those herbs alone would bring us back to that point where we will be at ease with ourselves. And this is why I am doing this, because I could see it. I was a steam engineer. And they had all these other healers in the United States. Just name them. They're still out there. They're not doing anything. You know, I would be ashamed if I was one of them. And here comes some dude out of nowhere, a steam engineer like Dr. Sebi, who's a nigga anyway. Well, you know, you say he sure is, man, but you know, they're going to mess him up. So they used to come to me and say, hey, man, why you put this in the paper, you cure AIDS? I said, what do you think? I mean, they didn't even think that there could have been a possibility that this could have been true. It was difficult. Why? Because it took us away from our culture. We can't see now. But if we reconnect with our culture, you would see that what Dr. Sebi is doing is child's play. Look, curing AIDS and the rest of the diseases is the easiest thing to do on the planet. But for other races of the world, it is difficult. Of course it is. Because they are using a method that is away or it is divorced from life. You don't use chemicals in life. You use organic substance in life. Why? Because they are electrical and they have to be native. You see, that's another problem. That those of us who call ourselves healers, we use a lot of plants that aren't natives. We use comfrey, we use golden seal, we use peppermint. Oh yes, we swear up and down on these things, on ginseng. Those aren't native plants. Native plants are the plants that was found here by man. The other plants I just mentioned, they came out of a laboratory. They're like a carrot. That's another thing I got my head beat for. I was in New York. Me and my stupid self, I always do stupid things. I go on the radio station WLIB, and I tell Mr. Gary Bird that carrots were artificial. Well, everybody and their grandmother said I was crazy. And I understood. Of course I did. I have to understand. My mother showed me that. I mean, if there's nothing I got from my mother, is, look, understanding was one. And everybody jumped on me. And 1 year later, Nova came out and said, yes, carrots made in Holland by crossbreeding the yarrow, which is the Queen Anne lace, and the wild yam. And that is how they made the carrot. Like when they crossed a jackass and a horse, and they made a mule. Like they made beans, like they made all the beans that we like, and there isn't a black person in the world that doesn't like beans, whether white, black, or red. We like them. Why? We have to. You go tell a cocaine addict to stop snorting. He gonna look at you and say, man, are you out of your damn mind? What's the matter with you? Now, you know that the cocaine is killing your brother, but he's looking at you like you're the enemy. Can't you see, man? What's wrong with you? I killed my mama to get the money to get this thing. And you're going to tell someone to shift from eating something that is more lethal than cocaine, something that's more addictive than cocaine. It is so addictive. Listen to this one. Gregory Brown. Gregory Brown came from Africa with AIDS, came to us in New York. After 3 months of treatment, that medical group out of New Jersey sent a letter saying that it was difficult for them to find HIV in Gregory. And they congratulated me and told him to continue. But Gregory went and ate some corned beef and cabbage and knocked him down again. And then he came back up. And then he went and ate some meatballs and spaghetti and he died. Couldn't stop. Not only Gregory. You guys know about a beautiful brother by the name of Rerun. Fred Berry. You know what Fred came to me? I look at him. I say, man, you remind me of me. I look like a ball like that one. And we rapped, and it was cool. I like the dude. All of us loved him. He said, man, I have diabetes. My pressure's high, and, I'm overweight for years. And Fred came down. Fred used to wear his shirt inside his pants. And Fred brought his brother, and his brother was cured of diabetes, and so did Fred. Fred was happy. Oh, my God, look. I used to go to sleep at night feeling good because Fred Berry is doing good. He no longer have diabetes. He lost all the weight. He's doing very good. And I think that every healer that helps people feel good when they're doing good. So one night, Fred didn't know that accumulated starch in the brain was going to call him like, a stored message that need to come out and knock on your door. Fred is going home one night, and he passed by Eminem. And when he passed the door, on his way home, he could smell that inviting fragrance. And Fred made a about face and walked in there because it was telling him, you can't do this. Come on, man. He was born with this. You ate this macaroni and cheese from the day you were born. You drink this cow milk and you eat this bacon. And you gonna pass me up tonight? And I got some ribs in there. Got some ribs with some barbecue. Got the potato salad for you, Fred. Come on in. And Fred went in and bought that stuff, went home, and while he was eating it, he died. Okay? That is how addictive it is. I could show historically, I could show clinically, I could show mathematically, and I could show by experience that starch is a killer. You tell someone to stop, and they're going to look at you and say, well, what am I going to eat, man? And he would be right. So we have to begin now. We have to begin to restore, and that is what the $200 million project is about. We all will be members of this project because we all need this. But the one thing I want to say is this. In my journey from there to here, I was many things, and I'm many things now because I am a Muslim, I am a Christian, I am a Buddha. I was with Stokely Carmichael. Oh, I was in everything, and I'm everything now. I had no problem. But the one thing I did notice, that my brothers that was angry at the Caucasian, they didn't do anything meaningful or that it was pragmatic. They were talking about hating this man. And I'm wondering, I said, well, look, I'm going to spend my time hating someone. I'm going to use my energy to build back. Not to hate nobody, but see what happened. We don't know how to go about building back because we never had to build anything. They took us away from where we were living according to the dictates of life. We weren't Christians. We weren't Muslims. We weren't Buddhists. We were living according to the dictates of God Almighty. We didn't have any religion. You know what we had? We had our health. And how long did we live in that state? Nobody on earth ever told us that. No, they never. Because they don't want to know. They don't want us to know how long we lived. Because they want us to think that, oh, he's 100. Wow, he's 100? The man is old. What's your barometer, my man? what is your barometer for old? The one that they gave us. So what I'm saying, we cannot deal by hating Caucasians or Chinese, Arab or Eskimos. We're going to build with the love that we still have in us, and we're going to strengthen that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I just did? You know, I did a musical with Mr. Hamish Blewett in New York about 2 weeks ago.
What?
I just went up on stage and I started talking, and this I did tonight. If you were to ask me to do what I just did, I wouldn't be able to do that again because it came out that way. And this is how we are. All of us are like that. John Coltrane was like that. You are like that. All of us are like that. But because the food that we're eating makes us angry, we haven't taken time out to say, hey, you know, he's beautiful, you know. She's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. So what's wrong? We're sick. We are sick. Whenever our brother raises his hand at you, he's sick.
We got a few hands up.
So that's good. There should be many hands. I hope
right.
Because I need healing too. That's what Amy Blewett told the audience of New York. Hey, Sebi cure, that's true, but the nigga need healing. And I went out there and they gave me healing. So heal me tonight. Come on, brothers.
All right, let's bring it on. We got ending in 1928. You know who it is. You're on the air.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Love you.
Dr. Sebi, I love you more with that never dying love. And Dr. Sebi,
hey, brother,
I love you with a never dying love, Dr. Sebi.
It's teaching me, man. Yeah, lay love you, brother.
Sebi,
I love you.
It's been a long time. Oh, it's been a long time.
But you know, I'll be in New York next week.
Man, Dr. Sebi, you know, I was just thinking when the sister said you would be on the show, I have to thank you from the top of my heart, Doctor, because you know it was you that healed Keisha. And they had gave that girl like not even 6 months, Dr. Sebi. And I know you got to remember when she came into your office on Cottage Grove and asked for permission to lay on your floor in the clinic. And you granted her that permission. And that Maya, that blood cleanser, it did the job. It healed the family. I have a 14-year-old granddaughter as a result of her, taking that Maya to rejuvenate her whole entire body. And I never forgot, to thank you. I mean, I just want to thank you for teaching me. Thank you for letting me work at the Usha Institute. Thank you for allowing me to be a Kindi King with all of your herbs. Thank you, Dr. Sebi, for, when I had nowhere to turn, for opening up your heart and not even, letting money be a factor of trying to save my daughter. And Dr. Sebi, thank you for that granddaughter I was blessed with. Truly, you are a great man, a great God. Allah had you waiting for me. And as a result of me keeping that in my brain, that there is only one disease, I have lived to know it is true. Mucus, it is true. It all breaks down into mucus. And surely, when that mucus go to different parts of the body, AMA, give it a different name. And it could go to many parts of their body. I never forgot the greatness. I never forgot the education. And doctor, I am once again back on the road to healing myself. It must be the spirit that you have out there, because I know poison. Yes, pasta is poison. It is the root to all evil. Doctor, as a result of you educating me, I have been out here working with what you have taught me. Tell people, in fact, just today in the gym, I educated a lady telling her that she must let pasta go forever. The doctor is worse than crack. You're so right. It is worse than crack. But I just want to just tell you thank you, and I want to ask how is Maya doing?
No, I don't know where my eye is.
Maya, your daughter. You actually,
oh,
you let my.
Which one? No, I have a daughter by the name of Zave, and I have a daughter by the name of Sama.
Right, Ma.
I don't have a daughter named Ma'a. Ma'a was my ex-wife.
I mean, Maya. I thought she was named after that blood cleanser. Maya.
Oh, no, Ma'a. That was my wife.
I remember my aunt very much.
My wife
the little girl,
was
the little girl that Keisha spent the night with over there at Usha Institute. Beautiful little girl.
Usha.
Usha, thank you. I knew she was named after the blood disease or the blood cleanser or the institute. Usha, oh my goodness, how could I forget Usha? How is she?
She's beautiful.
I know she is. I know she is, Doctor. I just want to just take the time out to thank you. Your words still live in my heart. And I look forward to seeing you. Remember, I told you I wrote the book and I put it all in there, The Will to Live. And you will be the first to get an autographed copy, Doctor. I am so inspired. And I just want to open up the floor and just say I love you because I know the words you speak are truth. They are spirit, and you demonstrated it. You know, my daughter lived, and she would have continued to live, but when they saw no cancer, and I promised you I wouldn't give them any information, they forced me to take chemo. They took her from me. You know, they went through AMA, fought me, and I know you know the rest of the story, but I just want to let you know that I never lost faith in you ever. And I am so honored that I lived on this planet and I was able to meet a great man as yourself. But surely your truth still lives and it will live forever. I know I will practice everything you've taught me. So, Dr. Sebi, live forever.
So would you, sister. I'm the same I feel about you. Because if I'm great, I came out of a woman. Imagine the woman. What is she? She's greater.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, yes, indeed. I receive.
Thank you.
We'll give thanks, Sheikah Deanna. Always love you with the NDL.
NDL, baby. Never die in love.
Never die in love. All right, we got area code 302, Wawasset territory. You are on the air.
This is Brother Kedar.
Oh, peace, Kedar. How are you? Just right. Welcome to the show. You got a comment, question?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real brief because this is a treat to be online with the both of you. I want to definitely send a special honor and respect to Dr. Sebi. Just to be on the line and everything on this conference call and everything is a blessing. I came across your website and your YouTube clips and everything maybe like 2 months ago, and it's like I ain't been the same since. And much like a lot of the listeners and the Abundance Child and even yourself, Dr. Sebi, I came through a lot of the various conscious schools of thought and everything like that, where we were taking a lot of stances on different social issues, but I thought nationality and knowing my rights was the pinnacle of what my studies and everything. But now I'm coming into the health and nutritional aspect. I feel like I've really been in the matrix of been asleep all my life and everything. So I just want to thank you and everything for educating us and opening us up to the simplistic aspects of living concerning health and nutrition and stuff. And it just what you teach appeals to the senses. It makes sense about reducing the acids in the diet that form mucus and how the germs live in mucus and all that type of stuff. It was just something that made sense, you know. And definitely as far as the herbal approach, I've never been one for, you know, the pharmaceutical type of, you know, healing or whatever the case may be, you know. And that was just from my own private practices, knowing how to use this as guinea pigs for a lot of things that have, you know, crazy side effects. So my question to you, Dr. Sebi, I can have 1,000,001 questions actually. Hopefully I'll be able to get a few in.
Just get one in. Come on now.
Yeah, the first question I have for you is there an educational program that those of us that want to get more involved can get involved in, that's sponsored by yourself for the Hoopsa Institute? And also, are you affiliated with Dr. Lelio Africa and Dr. Dahudi Ma'at Ra from theherb.com?
I don't even know the brothers.
Okay.
I know of one, Dr. Lelio Africa.
Yes.
I don't know anything about the brother. See, I'm someone that has been kept outside of the grid, and there was even a meeting. There was a meeting held by 4 different healers that you know of, very prominent people today in healing, and they got together in New York and had a meeting, and the meeting was to kick me out of New York. And the sisters that were there in the meeting came and told me, but I understand why they were doing that. None of the brothers, notice carefully that I want this to be really dissected. It is important. Remember the word common sense. When we said use the word common sense, okay, one of the things that we find with the physician is that if a physician cures a disease and the others aren't, you know what the others going to do? They're going to converge on the one that is doing it, because they have to have a uniformity, continuity of offering. That exists in all science, not only in medical, all science. The one that has found the solution to the problem has to share it with those that, not arrive at that particular place. But with me, even though I cure AIDS and sickle cell and lupus and herpes, I mean, there's nobody on this planet that witnessed what I could do like one person. His name is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, after he was healed, he brought his son. His son passed a tumor 15 minutes after I gave him what he had from through his nose, and he had a headache for years. Michael Jackson babysitter, Grace Rwanda, had lupus, and she was cured. And then Michael Jackson's son, mother, Helga, she was paralyzed for 5 years. She was walking in less than 5 days of treatment. So now you ask the question, let us put it in the vernacular of common sense. Have you heard anybody doing that?
Yeah, common sense consulting. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you heard anyone doing what I just mentioned was done?
Yeah.
Okay, now. But do you believe that Dr. Sebi should be the only one doing that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, now, if I'm not the only one that's supposed to be doing it, then means that the others should come and share. But guess what happened? That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing, and you guys may not see it. I mean, because I can't underestimate your thinking anyway. But You know what it is to be calling yourself a health enthusiast, a nutritionist, a healer for 25 years, and here comes someone like Sebi on the scene, curing what you haven't cured, and I'm supposed to go to him? Are you crazy?
Right.
Are you out of your mind? Wait. What we are seeing here is that, wait, this is what we're seeing. That when you start out on a journey, and you begin this journey knowing that you do not have all the components that's supposed to be in place, you will be chastised later on because you're not living the truth. You know what you could do, and you know that you're not able to do what you claim you could do as a healer. But get out of it. I remember when I healed a blind man, I was a steam engineer. I healed the blind man and I couldn't explain it. Oh my God, I was embarrassed. So what I'm saying is that the brothers who are out there calling themselves healers, they haven't cured anything, but they're not going to come to me. They rather die than to do that because it is embarrassing. But I have to know that. I am responsible to you. I didn't come here to meet healers. I came here to heal people that needed healing.
Right.
Thank you. But in answer to your question, next week we're having a big meeting in Washington, D.C. There is a $200 million project in motion already. And every black person in America is going to be a member of it. And we are putting together a school. We're building an institute already, a museum of the African Museum of Natural Medicine. And we will have the school to train sisters and their program for brothers. But next week I have to go to D.C. to this meeting. It's important that this is a $200 million project that we're developing. And it is a very good one. And it's an easy one. And we're going to do it. Because, see, we were looking for people to do for us what they could not do. There isn't a Caucasian in the world or a Chinese, Eskimo, or Arab that knows us. We are the ones that have to do for ourselves now, but that's okay. It wasn't time. It is time now because we're curing AIDS, meaning we are the ones that have to respond. But then what I hear from us still, well, Dr. Sebi may cure AIDS, but the pharmaceutical laboratories are controlling this and that. And, hey, hold it, just a minute. Who gives a damn about the pharmaceutical laboratories? Right. We give a damn about ourselves. Are we curing AIDS? Yes, the black race is curing AIDS. So what the hell the pharmaceutical laboratories have to do with that? But because we are not responsible yet for those things that we need to put in motion to propel us further, we are left faltering. So Dr. Sebi cures, so what? Jesse Jackson not going to help him. No, he's not going to help him. Jesse Jackson knows that I cure AIDS. But have you heard him tell the public of the world that, hey, there's a brother cure AIDS? Or any other leader? Did you hear them say that?
I ain't heard none of them.
But why do you think they're not saying it? You know why? Because there's a different agenda that they have going that you don't know about.
Right.
Okay. So we ain't getting nothing with this stuff. We don't need no leader. The hell you need a leader for? You need yourself. That's who you need. Because I came out my mama and that was it. When my mama cut me loose, I was ready. I didn't need no leader. And when I was born with my mama breastfed me for 4 years. There was no leader around. But how in the hell did I survive all these years without a leader? And all of a sudden I need one now. No, because they have compromised me so low, I need a leader. I think it's funny. The starch, my brother. Now look at it. I showed the barometer, I showed the example. When they brought those people from Africa to be made slaves, they came straight, muscular, healthy as hell. They didn't eat no lamb because the Arab has not arrived there yet with his lamb and his barley and his Quran. And the European has not arrived there with the Bible and his swine. So we only ate that which was natural. We were living in peace. Nobody today, with all the religion and the philosophies, nobody lived like they live. Nobody look like they look. Look at the woman of today. I don't care what religion belief you are a shape. Why? Because they asked you to eat poison. That's what they did to us. One religion gave us lamb and took the pork away, but they gave us lamb, and that was worse than the pork. Then the other gave us pork. Then the other gave us barley. Then the other gave us potatoes and rice and beans. Look what they did to us. And then you're going to tell me that we are in love? Oh, praise the Lord. Assalamu alaikum. Nani hoyo ringe kyo. Shalom. We say all these things. But how is this possible? Now I know that Buddha came from Chinese. And I know that Islam came from some Arabs. I know Christianity came from Europe. But how did I get all of them? No, we don't ask those questions. Because we are zombies. And we have to hold on to something. But when you hold on to something, the something you held on to is eating you up.
Right.
It's eating us up. Like I was when I was in Nigeria, as you know that Nigeria has the Igbo, the Hausa, and the Yoruba. Right? So I was in a marketplace, but I know the children that were from different groups were playing together. You know, look at that. The children are playing together, but the mothers and the fathers cannot because one is a Muslim, one because he's a Hausa, he's a Muslim, and he just don't get along with no Yoruba now. In fact, Yoruba don't like Muslims. You remember the man by the name of Abu Bakr Tafawa Balewa, the first president of Nigeria? He was a Hausa. He's a very smart man. He's a Muslim. And that's why he was killed. So they brought religions to Africa and divided us. And now we are at each other's throat. And that's nice. That's why I got out of all. I'm your brother. And it dies right there. Right there. But I'm supposed to love everybody. So in loving everybody, I have to love the people who are Muslims and Christians and Buddhists. I have to love them. But then I have to be careful because if I marry a Muslim woman, she's going to poison me. Sure, she's going to poison me. Because she'll give me barley, rice, and beans, and turkey wings. But I can't have that. And then she may even compound it with some lamb. If I marry a Christian woman, she's going to feed me pork chops. So I'm in trouble. So I was lucky. I found a woman just like me. The God she knows is herself. I said, oh my God, I can't believe this woman. When this woman have no belief, she has nothing, but she loves everybody. Oh my God, now I'm in peace because I remember marrying to people that had belief. And I had to fight all that. Sometimes I get up and my wife had candle burning. I said, what you doing with the candle, girl? She believed in the spirits. Then the other one was secretly going to church behind my back. But I didn't care if she went to church. I just ain't going to have that. So I left. So now, one left me. The last one left me until this one. And rightfully so. Things that does occur. And everything occurs for the best. There's no occurrence that doesn't occur unless it's supposed to occur. So we have to understand that. But you don't stop living. You still have that enthusiasm that you always had as a child. Don't let no man or no religion or no money or philosophy put you down and make you feel bad. No, we are black people. We are the barometer of peace. We live like that. We live so much in peace that when we lived in Africa, check this out. Any biochemist will tell you that the one thing that feeds the human body is oxygen. Without oxygen, you cannot live. I don't care what you eat. And the more you get of it, the better you feel. Now imagine this. How did we live in the forest of Africa without no clothes, right? We didn't have no clothes on, but nobody was naked. We didn't know about the word nakedness until some people came and told us that, because that word was not in our vocabulary. We were living natural. And in living natural, we were chilling. All of a sudden, they came and put clothes on us, stifling our energy now. No, we're not eating right. You see? You see? So before we begin to really journey forward, we have to put in place some of the components of the past. Why? Because that is the way God Almighty made it, or nature. Now, that's the way it's supposed to be. And when you deviate from that, you're in trouble. And look at us today. Look at us today. Well, Brother Sebi, this girl by the name of Fatima, she don't think that she could marry you because you're not a Muslim. You're Christian. I was in love with Fatima, but I wasn't a Muslim. So she would marry me, so my love had to go through the window. My love meant nothing, okay? But look what happened. Years later, after I heard about the sister had cancer, the sister had cancer, but I did the one thing that a healer is supposed to do. I went to her rescue. Yes, I did. Okay? And she no longer have cancer of the uterus. But I had to do that. It's like the man that wanted to kill me in St. Croix. I think Philip and Paul know about this. This man wanted to kill me, and he went and robbed the bank, and then they put him in jail. And he told at the time, I was in a situation where he came in the establishment and cursed me out in front of the women and said that I was using them, and I was a lowdown, man. And guess what? Larry went to jail, and I looked for Larry, and I found him. Last year I went to St. Croix and I asked for Larry, the man that wanted to kill me. Yes, I love him. I always will, because I know that Larry loved me. Sure he does. He was just sick. This is why we have to have so much patience. That's all I'm saying. Let us begin the journey now. We're going to put the veggie deli. The veggie deli would be selling foods that are natural. I mean, I have never ate any food that makes you feel energy before you even finish doing the second bite, like this food I'm talking about. And it is very aromatic, it's tasty, and highly nutritious. Sister by the name of Chandra. She's in Texas. Another sister is in Washington. Her name is Veronica. And there is a sister in Philadelphia who's cooking the food now. Her name is Beverly. And they're doing a wonderful job. So we're going to put the vegetable in all the major cities of the United States, and we're going to have the food, and we're going to make it reasonable. This food is so good that when you eat one plate around 3 o'clock, you don't want to eat no more until next day, 3 o'clock. Imagine now. Imagine eating a food that makes you feel that good, and you're going to have 3 and 4 bowel movements a day. This food is the food. This food I'm talking about is raw. It only has one component that is cooked. This food is so good, brothers and sisters. I know that if we start on the journey of healing, incorporating this food, in less than 4 years, we'll be back where we used to be 500 years ago, in love again. But in the meantime, if we continue to do the thing that we're doing, you know, it would be difficult, challenging. But when I give the speech in New York on Sunday, I hope that I will touch upon the point, you know, deeper, because it is necessary. We should stop the hate. But the hate cannot be stopped unless you stop the food that brings hate. If we don't hate each other, no, we do not. We even love the white boy. Sure we do. We love him. We die for him. We go to war for him. We do anything for him. Because that's our nature. And we would not only do that for the Caucasian, we do it for anybody else. But that's us. We're not fools. We're not stupid. That's us. We are about love. But they let us think that even when you're young, see, when you're a boy, like they did to me, so they used to say that I was a poop butt. Why? Hey, because the girl used to come and get all the best mangoes in the yard where I live with my grandmother. Oh, man, you a poop butt. You let the girls take all your best mangoes. And what about you, Telmo? You get some too. And you a boy. You see, but you can't be kind. When you're kind, you're stupid. You're foolish. And you find out vice versa, man to woman, woman to man. In marriage, you find it. When I married me and John, I'm going to get some money and I'm going to divorce. All that goes on. You know, and that's only because of disease. That's all. Not because we hate. No, we love. We love. Deep down, we love. Even the brother beat you up. He beat you up because he wants you to do what he thinks you should do. Because we were trained that way. We don't know how to relate to a sister. We don't know. We don't know because remember, we broke the link. The link was broken. The link has been broken. We don't know how to relate. We're relating to each other the way we were trained to relate from slavery this way. But we don't know anything before slavery. Mm-hmm. And that is what we need to do. And we're going to find it. Because we already found the healing. And with the healing, hey, guess what? Peace comes in. And I don't care how rowdy you want to get, you're not going to go there because the earth going to have your nerve feeling so good. All you're going to do is create a peaceful environment around yourself. And you're going to crawl in there, and you're not going to allow anyone to drag you out. You're going to be in that peaceful place. I was in D.C. and our brother Tess, the brother, after I gave the speech for 2 hours, he said, I said, are there any questions? This brother said, I don't have any questions. I have a statement. You don't know what the hell he was talking about. I looked at him, and I looked at the audience. He was on my left, you know, sitting way extreme left. I said, ladies and gentlemen, for 18 years, I have been giving lectures, this some years ago. And I thought that I really was on target. You know, I thought I was right. But today, I'm alone, and so would you. So are you. The brother over here said that I don't know what the hell I was talking about, and he may be right. Who knows? The brother may be right. Let us give him the opportunity. I went and I sat in the audience and said, brother, you go up on that podium and you're going to dictate to us. The brother looked at me and the audience and cursed us out and left. Why did he do that? He didn't mean to do that. The brother needs love. The brother was sick. And another thing we find among brothers, we are man. But if you ask a brother, what is a man? He'll give you so many different descriptions of a man, he's going to baffle you. Because he doesn't know what that is. You don't have no man elephant, no man gorilla. You have a male gorilla. You have a male lion. How come I became a man? And when you use that word will get you in trouble. Because you're going to defend that I'm a man now. Okay? I'm a man. Oh, okay, fine, brother. I know that. I just want to know, what is that? I know I'm a male by gender. That's it. A man, I don't know what that is. So I want you to help me. Well, you're looking at him. I said, brother, but if you are a man and I have the same component that you have, how come I'm precluded? Then he started to look at me different. And he started to laugh because he realized that he didn't know what a man is. Nobody knows. It's a word that we accepted protein.
Man and a woman, huh? we just taking it all in.
You're no longer female. You're a woman.
Wow.
But look, wait. No. Let me tell you something. When sisters come to our in our circle now, sit them down and show them some of the most basic things. Sometimes it takes them weeks to crawl out of where they were to see what we just told them. This is what we're doing. Look, we're going to have a retreat in Honduras because the village is beautiful. I hope that all of us one day, and I hope that you sisters and brothers who are listening would travel to the village, because what we're doing now is making everybody part owner of the village. We're going to buy into the village, and it's only going to cost $200.
See, that's like a cooperative.
But of course, that's us. You know, we are communal. You know, we are people that like to live together, and you know, together around each other, making the noise, the joyful noise. That's us.
How can we sign up?
But that's okay. You will get the message.
All right, because, I see people in the chat room like, sign me up now.
Look, we're going to D.C. to start the meeting because we want this to be right. In the past, you women has always been the backbone of the church and any organization that collects money. You women are the one. Father Divine, Daddy Grace, Prophet Jones, all of them use women. Eh? But how come we have to use women? How come we just can't work with the sister and let the sister control the money instead of us using her labor and she not knowing how and where the money's going? We have always done that. We're doing it now. We're gonna stop that. The treasurer gonna be a woman, and the leader of this venture gonna be a woman. We brothers gonna support that because that's the way the animals do. We are the only one that live different from the dictates of life. We want to control a woman. Control a woman? What you mean you're going to tell a woman how she should live? Are you a woman? No. Well, how do you know how a woman should live? But we're so insecure that they even cut the woman clitoris out. You see, when God made a woman, he wasn't supposed to make her with a clitoris. So the Arab going to cut it out. And that same system was taken to Africa through a religion named Islam. And they cut your clitoris out. Why? Because I don't want you to have any feelings. Because I'm that insecure, you understand? Now they're going to bring a foreign religion to Africa and impose pain on my sister. That is where we are at. No, we haven't begun yet, sister. We haven't begun yet. No, not by a long shot. We have not begun. There's a lot to clean up. But before we begin cleaning up, we're going to have to shed a lot of things. Well, I shed everything. And I became what I am.
If y'all hear this man, November 4th, if you all hear this healer, not this man, this male, went in, you ready for some more?
Of course I am.
All right, then we got caller 205 ending in 75. Hold tight.
Sebi, you are true Sagittarius, you know. We're so appreciative of your vibrations. You know, like you stated, you helped Michael Jackson family. He also helped Eddie Murphy's mom, Teddy Pendergrass, as everybody knows from BET's specials, Lisa Lefty Lopez. You know, so we just give positive vibrations to the school, the Museum of Natural Medicine. It's so needed. You know, we don't really have to emphasize that a lot. Everybody knows how sickly our people are, you know. So I just want to apologize to the family that did you like that so long ago, you know, because they were sick, like you said. But 2012 AD is bringing another vibration, and now you are definitely talking to the youth. I don't know if you know, Elder, but it's over 4,000 people on the call, you know. So I mean, those youth, vibrant people, we're like, what? And, you know, we all too many of us have sick grandmothers and sick family members, and we know that you manifest. So just giving thanks for you, God, you know. God among all the gods.
My journey.
Introduce yourself.
How was that?
I was asking the sister to please introduce yourself. Like, you know, we feel your energy, but some people, if they don't know, let me give the introductions. This is Princess Kadira, one of the most divine reflections. Sister doing the big things in the movement, representing the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, the United Washita, all the people of all the cultures that we are the mother and fathers of creations of. So that's my introduction. You can tell them more about yourself if you need to.
Abundance is truly for the people. It's probably like 3,000 people like, who is that? So thanks, family. You're definitely here for the people. I'm also here at the Moorish Holy Temple of Science of the World right here in South Carolina Republic. We're giving shots out to all the chiefs that are listening. So we're definitely want to know where you're
I would love for the North Carolina. Oh, I would love that.
Well, it is done.
It is done. Definitely. It's like 11 of us here, so we're all listening. So definitely a lecture.
But I want your sister to know this, that this journey of healing, this healing journey of Sebi began with you guys. First, I came out of a woman. I never had a father. I was trained by a mother and a grandmother. That is all I know. I don't know life from the eyes of a man, a father. I know life through the eyes of a woman. And the first time that I got the inclination of helping black women, naturally, I was in New Orleans in 1962 in the barber chair. And the girl was saying some awful things about black women. They call you Sapphire and all kind of other things. I said, Marshall and Charlie, why you guys are talking like that about the sisters? Man, you don't know these so and so and so and so. I said, how come I feel different? How come I see it different? I'm going to give her a gift. You're going to give her a gift? I said, yes, I'm going to give her a gift. But I didn't know what the gift was going to be because that was 1962. I was still sick. In 1964, I was healed. when I was healed and I pursued the healing, I knew what the gift to the black woman was going to be. It's going to be the position that she always occupied in the forest. The healer, the woman, the nurturer. A healer has to be a nurturer. A man can't be a nurturer. That's a female, right?
I hope so.
Oh, wait. So look. So now, when I really saw that I was going into healing, a woman from Washington, D.C. said to me, "You're a healer." And she bought me a gown. I threw the gown in this trunk, and I cursed the woman out. And then another group of women in L.A. took me to this woman that sell all these trinkets and snake heads and stuff. And then she going to tell me that I better do what I'm supposed to be doing. I say, how in the hell you know what I'm supposed to be doing and I don't know it? And they were all right. These women, but this woman named me Sebi. This woman was the one that called me Dr. Sebi in Los Angeles. Oh, God. I'm near around, they turned against me. Oh, they hated me because I turned out to be a monster according to them. I don't know what they intended for me to be like, but I love them. And I know they love me too. But they want me to be there something, I don't know. But it was good because I love them. And they were the one that I identified in me, this healing ability. And I don't want anyone to believe that because I have been placed in this position that I engineered this. No, I'm not the captain of this because I'm the little boy that didn't go to school. I'm the boy that lived by the river. I'm the boy that was asked, what you going to do? What you going to do, Fred? What you going to do? Miss Ann, what are you going to do? Miss Vi, what is he going to do? He's not going to school. And everybody was worried. But me. And now I'm 76. I just still ask me, what you going to do? I think it's funny. You have to let life take you where you're supposed to go. But we can't do that in this society because you got to pay rent. You got to sacrifice that. And you got to do things to pay that rent and stay out of the cold to pay for that oil. You see? All these things we have to do, but that's okay. That's what we have to do now. That is the dictate of right now. This is why I never aspire going to Egypt. Where am I going there for? I'm going to see some beautiful buildings. I said, okay. Now, what went down in Egypt, I can't use now. You can't use any of the components of Egypt right now. Impossible. You don't even know what they are. So you see, we live right now. So our expression has to come out of right now, not yesterday. Now, the component that would keep us in balance has to come from the chronology of life, and that is the food. The rest, I don't know. I never could go there. Because I know people, look, these sisters, I met these sisters in Los Angeles, and they were beautiful. There were 3 of them living in the same house. And their house, these sisters had these jobs, part-time jobs. They had the little car. It was good. And they had their house, 2, 3 bedroom, and the living room was very beautifully decorated, no furniture in there. There were pillows on the floor, there were candles, and it was well fragrant with beautiful rugs and shade curtains. They didn't have all that expensive furniture because that wasn't needed. But boy, when you walk in their environment, you're going to smell some of the most beautifulest fragrance, and the pillows on the floor. Oh my God. They couldn't keep me out of their house. It was the first time that a black person ever told me to take my shoes off at the door. Woo! That's right. I remember all of that. One named Fumilayo. Our name Adua. There was Linda. And there was a whole bunch of them. And they were beautiful. Oh God, they helped me. They taught me more than they realized. They taught me a lot. Yeah, and Lisa Lopez. Oh, Lisa Lopez did something to me one night. Oh my God. Let me tell you about this lady, this female, this powerhouse. Lisa. Lisa asked me, Dr. Sebi, what is it that you would tell me to do that would guarantee that I would get on the other side? I said, what Jesus did. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights to say it's done. The very next day, Lisa started fasting. When the 42 days and 42 nights was up, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Lisa came in my hut with 2 cups of sea malt that she had made. Lisa had so much energy and life. She said to me, Dr. Sebi, you might wait. She said, you know, this is 42 days and 42 nights. I said, what do you feel, Lisa? She said, Dr. Sebi, I saw God. But you know what I also saw, Dr. Sebi? You need healing. I said, you're right. Say no more. And she was right. I'm not going to tell you guys what it was about because you guys are going to really think I'm crazy. But she was right. Lisa was right when she told me that, and I knew that she was right. You see, we have a tendency to avoid people when they're talking to us about something that really, really is part of us and that we're doing, because we never think that people could see us. We think we're doing something that nobody could see. Yeah, you know, no ostrich bearing your head in the sand. Your whole body's exposed. You're not hiding. You understand? But that's good. Look, I tell you what. I performed an exercise one day in Washington with a group of women. There was an African that used to come all the time, and he used to talk stuff. He used to talk stuff, and he knew everything, like most Africans. They think they know all about the spirits and voodoo. But what are we going to do with that? I'm spiritual. I don't even know what the spirit means. But you guys have a lot of it, but you guys live in kind of...
You know you don't deal with that word.
I don't know. Look, I'm a child of life. Don't bring all that stuff to me. So anyway, this African was coming to us in D.C., so I told all the sisters that was in the room, including my wife, take your clothes off. I want you guys to get naked. About 4 of them got naked. Now, why was I doing that? They got naked. I said, this African is coming. When the African came upstairs and he opened the door and he saw these naked women and they had the serious thing on their face, he looked at them and he said, no, I don't play that. I don't play that. I don't play that. And he started backing up to go back out. This naked woman had brought out of him something that he had inside of him for years, laden. You understand? Confusion. There were these 4 naked women. Look, we need therapy. That's why I'm agreement with Marvin Gaye. Sex was healing. I never forgot that morning. And my wife gave it away because she started laughing. And he realized, I'm safe. But they had him. They had him. I used that. That came up, you know, that's one of those things that always come to my head and spontaneously. But we had him. The boy was stunned. Because we can't stand that. We could see a naked black woman. Oh, my God. Look what it did to us. Once upon a time, we lived that when we weren't naked. We were natural. And nobody was raping nobody. Now they put clothes on you from head to foot and they're going to rape you.
Yes.
Okay, you see? All right. But you know what we call that? Check it out. Now, I want you guys to please listen to this part. Nothing I said matters like this. Look, when they found us in the forest, we did not eat rice, beans, starch, or anything. We were eating only what God made. And we didn't even wear clothes. Our body was always immersed in the wind. And you know what they call that state? Nakedness. And we believe that. And then besides, they call it naked. You know what they call it? We were savages.
That's true. Hey,
we were savages. Oh, we were savages. So one day, I'm sitting with my mommy. I say, Mom, isn't this something that the savages didn't go to school and the savages didn't have any work to go to? The savages didn't even wear clothes. The savages didn't even go to the supermarket. And the savages lived in peace. And now I'm intelligent. I'm a philosopher. Look what's happening. We better go back to the savage. I tell you what, one day I was in D.C. and I gave a lecture. There was about 700 people there. Guess what I did? I had a robe on and with nothing under there. I took my robe off and I stand right there naked in front of everyone.
You know what?
Look at me, and nobody said anything. But I had them in a trance because I'd woke up to that, and they couldn't deny me. I put my robe back on and what? Nothing. He's naked, or she's naked. Look, you want to see something? You take your clothes off in front of a bunch of brothers. Girl, they're going to go berserk. They're going to go berserk. They're going to go berserk. To us, they can't stand. You look good to another woman. That's how they got us. They got us when you take your clothes off. You look good to another woman, not only a brother. Look what it did to us. Look what it did to us. I mean, you know, that's okay. Look what it did to us. But we're going to take care of that. We're going to clean it up. And to do that, we're going to listen to each other, not to Sebi. We're going to listen to life and to each other. We're going to listen. We're going to listen. And I'm assembling a group of people to carry on with this $200 million project. Oh, yes, sisters and brothers, this is going to be the journey. You understand? The Veggie Deli.
The Veggie Deli. You heard it?
Right.
Okay. Caller 205. That's not you, Princess. So hold tight. I know you've been waiting. Very patient. All right. 205 and then in 75, you're on the air.
What's going on?
Peace. Who are we speaking with?
This is Brother Ronald down in Alabama. Dr. Sebi.
Yeah,
I just want to say, I want to say thank you, brother. A few months ago, I say maybe 4 months ago, I seen a DVD where you giving a lecture, you know, and so I started looking into a guy on the internet, and I actually called your doctor's office, I called your office out in L.A., and there was a sister on there who, you know, I didn't have no money, you know, still don't. But, you know, I asked her, you know, what are some foods that I could buy? She sent me a list of things, and, like, since then, you know, like I said, it's only been, like, 3 or 4 months. You know, I done lost, like, 45 pounds. Like, I feel so good. I just feel so different. You know, I just started drinking natural spring water.
I know you're chilling.
It just feels good. It feels so great. You know, one of my uncles were in the hospital like a month and a half ago. He was in ICU for having diabetes or whatnot, and I gave him, you know, some of your information. You know, I don't know if he checked into it, but, you know, it's just like the growth process, you know. It spread. It started with me. You know, I seen a little DVD or whatever, and like now I can show and prove because like every time I step out my house, somebody sees me like, man, what you doing? You a Muslim now? You this, you that? You know, it just eat different. You know, eat to live. You know, I just wanted to say thank you. I mean, personally, you know, I never thought I'd get this chance to just tell you thank you, Dr. Sebi, for what you did for me. I don't know about nobody else.
Brother, I thank you so very much. Even taking time out to trust what I had to say. I have confidence in that. That is another area that we need to address. When a brother opens his mouth, make sure what you're saying is properly researched and that it is the truth. Don't come with something other than the truth. Like when people said, well, drink wheatgrass juice. Nature didn't make wheatgrass. Drink carrot juice. Nature did not make carrots. Nature did make any celery. So what you asking me, is it that you're crazy or you don't love me? Which is it? So when we talk about
I just walked in the house. I got Dr. Sebi on the phone. Tell Dr. Sebi.
You still there, Dr. Sebi?
I didn't hear what the brother said.
No, he was talking to some other people on the line. So.
Oh, yes. You see that? The brother's feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Through recommendation, that is what we need to do. That's what we're putting together, this family of this $200 million, the Veggie Deli family. The Veggie Deli family going to be one of the strongest families ever been assembled. We're going to do this. We're going to produce cloth, textiles, cotton. We're going to have cotton mills in Africa. We're going to do a lot of things with this $200 million. Yes, we're going to do this one. This is ours.
Eat.
And then we're going to have this food too. And guess what we're going to do? Each brother around North Carolina, around Bakersfield, California, around the South, Mississippi and Alabama, we're going to give each brother 5 farmers $1 million to refurbish his farm and that he's going to grow organically grown food. Now we begin to talk. Now we're doing something. Organically grown food. We're going to have that. No, we got to go to some people to buy it from them. Why can't we buy it from ourselves?
803 and then 73. You're on the air? You're on the air.
Peace and love.
King Simon!
Dr. Sebi, King Simon, abundance, what's up?
Well, dance to the whole masses!
Love, brother. Diamond.
Love, brother. Brother, well, you know, brother, like I just came off another radio show talking about you, and I have convinced a few other people to come to this lecture, brother, just by them knowing these are younger people that they want to hear the message, and a lot of the older people are keeping the message away. And I remember you saying at one of your lectures, brother, about Elijah Muhammad was one of the people that inspired you to do what you do, as far as tell the people to keep away from certain meats and certain food. Can you explain something about how the messenger helps you in that paradigm of your life?
In 1958, I went to the messenger with a letter from a minister against Malcolm, and I didn't know it. This man had written a letter against Malcolm, and that was why I had to go to Chicago to see Messenger Elijah Muhammad. I was then a Muslim, very much in it, enjoyed it, and I like it now. I like Christianity now because they both gave me something good. Everybody gives me something because I just have the ability to extrapolate from Buddha, from Islam, from Christianity, from the Jewish. I extract that which works and I put it into motion. Yeah. So while I was with the messenger and I handed him the letter, we were eating. We had just ate. He said, brothers, you know, we're eating meat, but we're not supposed to eat meat. He said that. He said that while he was cutting this meatloaf. But he knew. He knew because he told us, because I went to Chicago to see the messenger with Harry Nance. Mm-hmm. Both of us. We traveled on the train from New Orleans to Chicago, and the messenger said that it would be difficult to change the brothers and the sisters from eating the pork because I've been eating so long and we've been trained to eat it. And that's why he was not really feeling a way with those who didn't want to be Muslim. But that was okay because he understood. He understood. The messenger, as You understood?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to trouble with asthma. And when I started eating the pork because of him, the asthma subsided. So yes, and then within the nation itself, there were some beautiful things that I remember. The brotherhood, the sharing. When we didn't have anything to eat, each of us would go investigate to see if the other had something to eat. This was in New Orleans. And we had a tight family going. It was beautiful. There was the brothers, Harry Nance, and there were the Evans, Harold Evans and Ronald Evans, and there was, a bunch of brothers, Rafaelus, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed Islam. But when I look back, the reason why I enjoyed Islam, it wasn't because of Islam per se. It was the brothers that were in Islam that I enjoyed. That was what I enjoyed. The brothers. You see, we could be Muslims, we could be Christians, we could be Buddhists, we could be whatever. We still remain that black man. As they call us. Understand? We remain that. I don't care what religion you put us in. That beauty is still there. See? The brother before you was talking about the woman and the man and the seed.
Right.
And it was good. It was very good that he brought that up. It was very extremely good. I, Sebi, I don't give that any attention. My life was always geared in doing and constructing things, not deciphering and analyzing those things because they don't help us to eat, feed, or wear clothes. When we put things into motion, like building a factory to make cotton.
Right.
You understand?
Yes,
and
sir.
growing some food that's going to make us healthy.
That's right.
That's why Dr. Sebi liked what he pursued. This,
exactly.
The healing. I love this. I'm a steam engineer by trade in the field of thermodynamics. I quit that job. at the height of my career. Why? Because I could see what was needed. So I'm into this because of you. Black America. Black America is all I learned from, is who I learned from. Yes, sir.
What has happened now, a lot of people try to run you out, brother. A lot of people try to fight you. Some of the leaders that we say we respect.
That have been on this show.
Has been on some of our show. I've been on all of our show. Her show, my show, whatever show that's out there. You have, like you told us, you told me the Attorney General told certain radio stations not to put you on.
Look,
and I'm having a problem
in 1980, it was what, 1988, 89? Look, I couldn't get an interview from none of them. And one day, somebody went to WWRL with Bob Law, and they secured our interview with me. But the way they gave it to him, it wasn't me. When I arrived, oh my God, it was pandemonium. It was crazy. And I told the sisters, I said, look, Bob Law is not going to interview me. I said, Gary Bird is not going to interview me. And nobody on WBAI going to do that, because the Attorney General already lost the case to me. You know what I did in 1988, brothers and sisters? I took the African perspective of medicine and put it above that which prevailed. I mean, it prevailed over the allopathic. Our system, the African biomineral balance, prevailed over the allopathic. You know what I just did? I established a new balance and putting us above all else. But like you said, the leaders could not see that because they're eating too much starch. Jesse Jackson Jr., who in the House of Appropriation, I was at the Rayborn building in the year 2004 on the 31st day of March. in the Rayborn building on Capitol Hill. I showed them proof that I cure AIDS, and I spoke to Sheila Jackson Lee, John Conyers, and Leonard Mohammed from the Nation of Islam, and Jesse Jackson Jr. was there. Did they tell the world that they found a brother that cured AIDS? No, because they have ulterior motives. Now, we have to understand that. This is why I'm against following somebody. What you mean? You don't see no gorilla following another gorilla in the forest. What one gorilla knows, all gorilla knows. But no, we need a leader. Well, what the hell happened to me that I need a leader? I can't navigate myself. I gotta go find a leader. Hey, leader, lead me. Okay, then. Since you're helpless, eat some lamb and some potatoes. Eat some chicken wings. Well, I gotta eat it because my leader said to eat it.
You're doing wonderful work, brother. And the young people, the younger generation gonna bring that out. I'm down with that veggie delight. I'm down with that veggie delight.
The younger generation is the one that really resonating right now. I remember when I talked to Lisa Lopez about this very thing. We, the grown-ups, I'm 76. I'm not supposed to be relating to nobody in their 20s and their 30s.
Right.
You understand? But guess what? I listen to them because they are the ones that's going to carry the torch tomorrow. So we have to give them something good. And they're wise. All of you are wise. I know this to be a fact. All the hip-hop group, they are wise. This is why they came out swinging with hip-hop, telling us what we have done, telling us what it is about. Yes, they use the word bitches and all that because that is what we were doing. That is exactly what we were doing. So now, I am bent on leaving something for them to carry on. Yes, of course. You're right. They are the one. You are the one.
Well, brother, I was 20 years old when I heard you, and I said, that brother know what he talking about. 1920. So I know, brother, I'm 42 now, brother, still young, and I'm happy that you are doing the work and you're coming into New York and Brooklyn. We're going to do what we got to do for you, brother. We're going to make it happen.
What you mean? This is ours to do. This is ours to do. And you could very well play, and you will play, an intricate part in the development of the Veggie Deli. You understand? Because I'm going to D.C. on next week, and I will sit with a group of people who are going to be in the inner core that we begin this think tank kind of thing. You understand? All of us to be a member of it. And I'm not supposed to have a higher position than anyone else because I am your servant. I am your slave. And I'm glad that at least we survived long enough that our brother would come with an entity that would relieve much of the maladies that beset us. Of course, I'm happy. But I want many, many more to do it. I went to Africa, but they believe in voodoo. You know, they believe in the spirits. They believe in the ghosts. And I'm part Haitian. I go to Haiti. They asked me first if I know about Obatula. Well, I don't know about no damn Obatula. I know about life. When you attach yourself to life, you transcend all that stupidity. It is. Right. Because it belongs to years. And you don't find voodoo and Obatula and all the other deities like you find them in Nigeria and Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, and Haiti. But they are the poorest nation in the world. You see? So it doesn't work. And the brothers and the sisters that lived in the forests of Africa without no clothes on, they didn't have any voodoo. They didn't have any religion, but they live in peace. They live in love. That's right. Nobody could deny that. And they were healthy without the supermarket, without the lamb and the hogs, the barley and the rice and the beans and the potatoes. We never had those yams because those things are made in laboratories. They're not from the ground. They're not native. We don't know these things. That's why we have to have the school to equip us with this understanding. Like I go to Africa, the man gonna tell you about he's wise and he's eating a big plate of cassava, the maniac root, then you got cyanide on your brain. What's the matter with you? Come piss on my head and tell me it's rain, but I smell piss. It is the truth. We have to stop it. And the other thing that we have to start doing, you tell the truth. Regardless of what it is, you tell the truth. Like when I read before the Supreme Court, I said, yes, I cure AIDS. I wasn't afraid. And yes, your philosophy is wrong, but we are not from the same gene as other people.
Or ain't.
Everything fits everybody. That is inconsistent with the arrangement of life itself.
Dr. Sebi, you got two more. We got two more calls. 4478. You know, I know who this is. Moorish Science Temple of America Home Office in the house tonight. Peace.
Peace. Sheik Loveville in the house. I just want to say peace and love to you, sister. Peace, Dr. Sebi.
Peace, my brother.
You are one of the unsung heroes. You one of the unsung heroes, brother.
We all are.
Hey.
We all are.
I love the way you.
I love Sebi, we unique. We're all unique. We all got it.
That's right.
I just wanted to say that I love the fact that you made the stand for the people, for the sake of health. I've been a witness of your work since I've been in my teenage years. I witnessed your works as far as our sister, you know, and praise Allah for your works. My niece, her daughter is here. I just want to say that even though there's been a lot of hating on you and your works, it's definitely divine. It's what's needed. It's what's in order, and it's definitely in line with the prophecy when the Prophet Noble Ali said that this European food is just plain poison. So this is wanted to say, keep doing what you're doing, and peace and love to the family. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Peace, brother. Peace and love to you and your family.
Yeah, you had brought up Noble Ali. You was like, you a bae, right? I was like, yeah. Reminding me how he was about self-preservation, and we supposed to be about the preservation of ourselves right now.
And Noble Drew Ali bought medicines.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
The brother was on it. The brother knew. Elijah talked about Noble Drew Ali. Elijah talked about Marcus Garvey too. Because Elijah told me himself that he was a member of the Marcus Garvey movement, the UNIA. That's right. The messenger told me that. So all of us have contributed towards this end. You know, all we need to do is to realize, hey, if you're Muslim, you're my brother. If you're Christian, you're still my brother. If you're Buddha or a Jew, you're my brother. Just get on with that. Start building now. You're not going to discriminate me or I discriminate you. Because I'm supposed to love Muslims and Christians and everybody else. I'm obligated to do that. All of us are. And bring out the love. That's why we need the veggie deli. And that's why Dr. Sebi need healing. I got healing from the Public of New York the last time I was there. And I let them know, look, I need healing. I need healing because the Bible states that the herbs are for the healing of the nation. And I, in my stupidity, I began to believe that. And I know I'm stupid because everybody thinks that's wrong. Because even the preacher goes against it. So it must be wrong. So I'm wrong to believe in what the Bible said about the herbs for the healing of the nations.
Hold tight. 90 seconds. 347-637-2270. We only got 90 seconds left. If you're on the line, stay on the line. Other than that, it's been a great show. Big ups to Dr. Sebi, Princess Kadira, King Simon, P. Moore, all y'all that called and contributed to the call. Give thanks, 347-637-2270. DrSebiProducts.com. All right, Dr. Sebi, keep it moving.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Is it over?
No, I was just telling the people that, it's about to be off air, but we're going to keep streaming for a second so I could take these two other callers. I was telling them to either call in now so they can participate in the call or, it is what it is.
I'm so happy that they have you as radio personnel to qualify for that position, sister. You're beautiful.
Oh, give thanks.
I like the energy. In fact, I like the energy of everyone there. And I want you to tell Philip and Paul how much I love them. That they love
I just shouted them all out. Once again, P. Moore, Blue Pill, Princess Kadira, King Simon. These are all my co-hosts, so they all part of the same energy. They all help make this happen.
It's about love. It's about love.
Always first
Always
principle.
first. Exactly.
We got caller 646 ending in 09. I'm about to put you on the air in 2 seconds. One. All right, 646 ending in 09. You on the air?
All right, Dr. Sebi, what's up, man? This is Phil.
You the man. You the man.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I need to ask you that. We always get it on, we always got it going on.
Surely do.
Always.
Look
We're
at
the brother. You
this
got a
call.
time shift. We're the ones.
Yes, sir. It's beautiful to it's like we went away on our travels and now we meeting up again at the crossroads and whatnot. And it's good because it's like we all bringing our energy to that black dot now.
That's right.
Now it's time to get busy. Now it's time to do the work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, stop talking about it. Let's just do it.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely. I mean, but I was listening on the whole conversation tonight, you know what I'm saying? And it's on us now. This generation right here. This generation has been incubating for all of these years, sitting back, listening and learning and watching and seeing who's real, who's fake, what works and what doesn't. And the time is now because we know what it is. I'm ready to get out of New York this minute, you feel me, and get my ass over to Honduras or wherever this village is popping and get it going.
Ditto.
That's the energy that I want to put forth.
Beautiful, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so very, very much. Because this was why the village was made. The village was made to galvanize us because I noticed in the 80s that we were talking about philosophy. We were marching. They have us marching all the time. When something happened, just march. Just march. Everything is marching. We march all the way to Washington and stuff. Okay, fine. Now that we have marched and we have philosophized and we have revolutionized, what about some building now?
Yes.
And that's why the village came about. I told the people in D.C. that I wanted them to invest into the village and we could build it together. They said no, because they felt they're going to take their money. So what I said, well, I'm going to take my money and build the village, and there it is. Now I'm going to sell it. I'm contacting the Lisa Lopez Foundation because we're going to add another piece of land to it. We have 25 acres now. We want to have some more. And we're going to build a beautiful city. I mean, an African village second to none in the world. That's right. Notice carefully. Whenever you go to a pagoda or ashram, it's kind of nice, isn't it? But when you go to something that's African, I went to the one in North Carolina, and boy, I said, is this the best we could do in the name of our parents? So I decided to build a healing village, and that village represents Africa, and that is what I did, and it is nice, and everybody love it, and it is representative of us.
No doubt, definitely.
I want all of us to be a member of it, and we could go there whenever we want to. We could do what, add to it. It could be a business that we could have ongoing because remember, we are the only one curing diabetes, lupus, herpes, to sell. We're going to draw business from all over the world. That's a business. We could take that business to Africa. We could build a healing village in Africa. And this is why the government of Guinea has given me 5,000 acres of land with 6 hot springs to build a village, a healing village. We have a lot of work to do, but so what? We're going to do it because it's fun doing it. You know, when we were kids and we make that house in the backyard, that playhouse, all of us contributed. Pieces of rags and newspaper and cardboard, and we had a rock instead of a hammer. But we built it. We built that little playhouse. Now we talking about who is more man than the other, who's a woman, and all that. Look at all of that.
Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi, I went to the Health Expo the other week in New York. You know, they had the Health Expo out here in the hotel, right? And it blew me away the way that the Caucasian has adopted the whole holistic approach to healing and basically made it a multi-million-dollar industry. Because these people, when I tell you they were taken up, oh, Lord, they were taken up. They were taken up like it was no tomorrow. And all I hear them talking out of their mouth for stuff that you were talking in the 80s. Dig what I'm saying? And they put their face on it now, and they running around with it. They talking about eco villages, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been an advocate to say to people, look, man, we got Dr. Sebi, man. Why are we running around here broke? We got people who are exports. You are. I'm not to put you in a corporate structure or anything, but you are a corporate entity upon yourself. You have a product that could be exported around the world. Exactly, and this is something that we basically need to all invest in. The same way that we run around here revealing, we do all of these lectures and stuff, and blow up what people are doing, reveal, what the Illuminati does, and this what this means, and we're not taking some of the information that we revealing and applying it to stuff that we got to start doing. You know what I mean? We talking about the stock market is crooked and all that, but we're not even talking about the fundamentals of stocks, of bonds and things of that nature, so we could start investing in our own people. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much, brother, in our own people, because we are not really focusing on that. We are an endangered. Everybody in Africa is sick. I mean, they're dying by the thousands a day, and what they're giving them as medicine is, again, a poison. And nobody is standing up because everybody is afraid. We live in fear. But I don't know why we have to live in fear. Remember, I'm the one that loves God and the devil at the same time. I love both. I don't have any problem. Why? Because I don't live in that fear place. Get on with this construction. Just get on with doing. Don't tell me about Caucasian and Chinese and Eskimos, because I love them all. But I love myself more, and I have some work to do with myself. And this is why the healing came about. That was the whole crux of it, for me to do it because of those reasons. Yes, we have to invest in ourselves, as you beautifully put it. Just do it, especially you sisters. You're the one. You're the backbone. One. You are the one. We're supposed to support you, because I have it divided where there's work for the brothers and work for the sisters. All of us. We're going to do this thing. Oh, boy, I'm happy. I've never been this happy. I mean, when the first man came and said that he was cured of AIDS, man, I felt nothing. I felt nothing. When the blind man was seeing, Mr. Frederick, I didn't feel anything. But now that I'm going to construct something, oh, my God. It's like heaven on earth. I feel good. We're going to do something. Hey! Get busy living.
Yeah. They could say what they want to say about Dr. York with his shortcomings and everything, but one thing that I know, when I saw that videotape and they showed his compound and the way that he was living and the way that he manifested what he was about, I said, there you go right there. That man, he ain't talk about it. He was about it. Right. You understand? And I know that all of those people played a part. It wasn't just him. It's not like he was just a rich man that popped up and built some land and everybody was his subjects. They all played a part in building that village, and they're a perfect example of what we could do as a community, regardless of background, regardless of beliefs, regardless of all of this other stuff. That I feel like when we begin to do the work and realize what real is, all of that shit will drop by the wayside. Whatever's not real won't stand up when you're doing the work.
That is correct.
You know what I mean? But they trying to keep us in these perpetual cycles with all of this debating and arguing and throwing shots and whose philosophy is better this week and all of this stupidness. And it's taking away, it's taking energy, and it's taking focusedness, and it's taking a lot of love out of people from doing what we got to do. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm personally going to step up and try to stop all of that, because that's all, you know, that's counterproductive at this point.
But look,
it ain't solving a damn thing.
All we need to do is what Elijah Muhammad said, that if a glass soiled or dirty, all you do is put a clean glass beside it.
Yep.
Okay? So we don't need to even talk about anybody else or anything. What we need to do is focus on one thing, is nation building. That's it. And we're going to begin with the food and the health. The health and the food, they goes hand in hand, because it was said by some of the great healers, medical people, that your food should be your medicine, or your medicine should be your food. Okay? But you can eat starch and call that medicine. Starch is a chemical, and we love starch. We've been addicted to starch, and every religion brought us starch, every one of them. And so now we have to clean up the mess that was made, like Barack have to clean up the mess that was made. But that's okay. That is what we are supposed to do. And we're not supposed to talk and bitch about it. We just got to start doing it. And forget about the rest, because the rest was, I'm referring to healing. If all the brothers who came with the healing, how come they haven't healed the diseases we are healing? It said that the premise was inconsistent. That's okay. Just change it. They can't do that, because that's embarrassing. Okay, then fine. You stay back there. We're going to proceed on.
Dr. Sebi, I got one question basically ask you, and it's involving the baby, because I got a newborn, and I'm noticing that it's not a lot of food out here that is conducive to the diet. So I want to know from you, what can I feed the baby, you know, on a daily basis to basically.
How old is the baby? What age is the baby?
Yeah, how old's the baby?
2 years. He's turning 2 on the 7th.
Okay.
Oh, CMOS. But I thought the baby was younger, because my daughter sucked her mother's breast. Listen to this. My daughter, the one that didn't go to school, sucked her mother's breast for 8 years.
Woo!
And she used to help her cousin with their homework, and she never been to school. And this same little girl that sucked her mama's breast for 8 years, she used to run off the street, but she didn't go to school. She's curing AIDS now. She's curing lupus. She's curing herpes. That same little daughter of mine, the one that didn't go to school. That's
Following in your footsteps.
What'd you say?
Following in your footsteps.
Well, that's the way it is done in the black community. You don't need to go to school to learn anything. To follow in the footsteps of your parents. And you're going to have ingrained in your skull on a hard drive. You know, that's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. Because Xavier come and sit in front of us. Xavier is 25 now. This little girl is 25 years old. And she sits in front of Daddy and Mommy and listens to us like she's a little girl 5. And we listen to her. Now, that kind of stuff you don't get today. And you know, I admire my daughter. I talk about her all the time that way, and I hate to do it because I don't like that. I hope that is what all of us are supposed to be like. Zave, we never hit Zave. We never spanked Zave. We never tell Zave she was right or she was wrong. We didn't tell Zave anything. We made sure that this one is going to be an example as to what we could do. We didn't tell her anything. She have never offended anyone, and especially us. She loves us, and we love her. We never hit her, beat her, scold her, send her to school, or anything. And there it is. Right now, we're going to build these farms. Vertical agriculture. Electric organic agriculture. Never before heard. Like they never hear about the African biomineral balance either. Well, there's something else upon them. Electric agriculture. Oh, my man, we in business. So I can't wait to get to D.C. And you are going to get some good messages, some good things. We are going to be members of this entity because it's about life. It's about life. It's about love. It's about you and me. It's about the world, really. Look, this is what happened. I'm going to put it, this is going to be it in this package. Reducing everything to the least common denominator. Okay. If in our body, for us to walk from A to B, for us to talk and do the thing that we need to do, your liver has to be in good shape. Your heart has to be in good shape. Your brain has to be in good shape. Your feet has to be in good shape. But if one of those components that makes up the human body is not functioning properly, you're not going to do anything. You may die, but you will get sick. And you're not going to be able to even lift a glass to put to your mouth with water that you still need because you have rheumatoid arthritis. And if you clap that glass and palm it, you're going to hurt. Well, all of me is supposed to be in place. Yeah. Well, what about the human family? Don't all of us play a part? Yeah. But there's a part of us that's sick and was interfered with. That's the one they call the African. So how could the rest of the human family be in sync when there's a part of the human family that's sick? That is the overall picture. We make up a cell. We represent a cell. But the cell is sick. So the organ is sick. The whole world is sick because we are sick. But that's okay. We got the job to do it. We're going to do it. Forget about the rest of the healers. Forget about the leaders. We have a job to do, right? Just do it. And forget talking about them anymore. Just do our work. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a powerful energy on this line tonight. And for all y'all that I couldn't get to your hands, give thanks. For everybody that is in the chat rooms, I just want to give, all the shout-outs. Ari Salam L. Sister had a question. I told her to hit up Dr. Sebi. But anyway, she wants to know about nursing her child right now. So, I'll get with y'all off air about that. Lord Abba, Lucky Che, Sakwa 33, Sweet Indigo, Manifestation, the red pill, the blue pill. Trying to get to all y'all, just trying to, show the love because I love all y'all. So, yeah, and all the guests for the names that I don't know. Much love, much respect. I see y'all supporting the people. Give thanks, Dr. Sebi. I hope this is not our last time on the air.
I hope not. I would love to come back again because there's so much to explore. Right. And I learned from you all tonight, from my brothers and my sisters. I'm always learning, even though we're doing what we're doing, but there's always room for improvement. I showed me, and it's beautiful. We're going to share this, brother. Brother, we're going to take this to the higher heights. It's ours. Nobody can stop us. That's the beauty. And the component is love. So, yes, thank you all so very much, and I love you.
youtube.com/openupyourmind101